Hey everybody, how are you? Sharon here, take two. I was live earlier this afternoon and my mic battery ran out, so that's what happened there if you happen to see that live. But not even sure who's going to be around at this time of night. It's actually nearly 5 o'clock here in Australia. Still a bit of daylight here in Queensland. Southern states are on an hour ahead of us, so they may be having dinner. But I always figure you can catch people on the replay. So today I'm just upcycling this wooden index card box. And I just got that at a op shop. And I am going to show you how I received some, not how I received them, but I did receive in the mail this week some happy mail from Effects Applique, New Zealand. And I just wanted to show you some of these that I got in the mail, and I'll be using one of those on this plain wooden box, just showing you how you can upcycle that and make it a little bit more special and unique to your own home decor. So we'll use that, we'll use some artisan chalk paints and have a bit of fun. So let me know if you're watching, where you're watching from, and give me a hello. If you've got any questions about using these, let me know. So there's the first one, it's a little fleur-de-lis. So I got that one. I've got this gorgeous little one here. So these are all flexible mouldings that you can add to pieces of furniture and upcycle and make things that are very plain look a little bit more special. So these are fully paintable. This one's a little sunflower, looks lovely. This is a set of 2 mouldings that you can probably put on, each corner of your piece, something like that, or across the drawers. You could make one side go this way, this side go the other side of the drawer, that kind of thing. Here's the other one. This little embellishment there. So these are just cute, flexible mouldings that you can get from Effects. I've got links to these things up in the comments. But today I've already done this one because I used my Gorilla contact glue, which is all you need to pop the mouldings on. You put a little bit on each surface. So you put a bit of glue on the contact adhesive on the moulding itself, and then also on the surface of the box. So that's what I've done here. What I did at first was I held the bow. I've got this cute little bow here. That's what I used from Effects. I traced around with a pencil exactly where it's going to be on the box, and then you add your adhesive to that area that you've penciled on the box, and you add the adhesive to the actual applique. Then when it's tacky, you hold it together and press it down, and it's good to go. So that's that. And guys, I am actually getting ready to do a live Q&A with my VIP group members tonight. So that's always lots of fun. We do that once a month. If you have not joined my VIP club, we are teaching people how to go from hobby to business. So I love to coach people, encourage them in their creative endeavours. So if you haven't joined that, I've got a link in the comments for to get on the wait list and to find out more info about that. All right, I'm going to put the camera down so we can have a look at the box itself. Here we go, there's the plain wooden box, and I've just added that embellishment to one corner of the box. There's the hinges. I also found these fun little things that I'll do after I've painted it. Oh, let me show you. They're just kind of like little drawer. You could put them on a suitcase, but they are little, what do you call them? It's not a lock because it doesn't actually lock. It's just a latch. So they come in 2 parts. So I'm going to add these after it's all painted and done, and add these little things on it as well. I think that would look cute on the box too. So we're going to paint it first, then show you some things with that. Just using my Klingon brush. Now, as you know, if you're in Australia, you can order the artisan paint products directly from my website, irestorestuff.com. Today I'm using parchment, which is one of their white colours. And I'm going to just drizzle that down here on a lid. I'm using my Klingon F30 brush, super easy to use, and just simply going to paint all over. Now I'm going to sort of paint this, I want to add a bit of texture, and I want to add some brush strokes because we're going for a bit of a bit of a French provincial kind of style here. We will need to do, with most whites of the paints, I've let this dry by the way, so I did this a lot earlier. I want to add a little bit of texture because chalk paint, that's what this artisan paint is. It's a chalk finish, which is a bit thicker than your mineral paints and it's thicker than milk paints. If you would love a good explanation of the different paints that are out there on the market, milk paint, chalk paint, mineral paint, and the difference between all those, I've got a great blog post for you to listen to. So we're going to do 2 coats of this. Most times when you're painting with white, it looks a little bit haphazard, and you will need a couple of coats. Don't forget Black Friday sales too. So if you're going to get some artisan paint, use the code ARTISAN10 this week. It's November. If you're watching the replay of weeks from now, just see if the code still works before you get all excited. But this week for November, you know, it's usually a traditionally an American big sales day, but it's kind of adopted all over the world, isn't it? Black Friday sales. So we've got, use the code ARTISAN10 for 10% off all of your artisan products. Now here's the trick, I'm going to have to go up the side here. I don't know if you can see this. Oof. I'm just going to paint straight over those hinges. Now if I'm doing that to the hinges, I could possibly do that to that hinge that I am going to put on it. Bit tricky trying to paint a box without getting it everywhere, all up the sides. Okay, and these are the bits that I'm painting that you can't see. So like I said before, I wanted to add a bit of texture to this. So when painting with chalk paint, it is a little bit thicker and you can lean towards those brush strokes and things like that so that you can add a bit of texture to it. But I'll get as far as doing this first coat on it today. Hi Sue. Thank you. Get this first coat on it. Just upcycling a very plain box. And I've added an effects applique on it. Sue's from Alberta, Canada. Wonderful. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've got our first coat on there. That will take a little while to dry, then I will add a second coat, but what we can do is I want to see some texture and brush strokes so that as that's drying, I'm just going to add a little bit of texture and we'll do a bit of distressing. We're kind of going for, I don't know what kind of look you would call this because we've got a little applique here, a bit French provincial, a bit shabby chic. But as that's drying, I'm kind of just adding a bit of, whoop, brush stippling and then dragging. And then as we finish this, as we get on to our next steps, and you'll have to wait for those because we obviously can't just do all this on a live all at once. Just a little bit of haphazardness. So what I want to do is wait till this dries, do a second coat, do a little bit more texture. We're creating a little bit of texture. And then I would like to add some glaze or some wax to kind of get down in those crevices of this applique that we've done right here. So this was an effects applique. Here's the little packaging right there. Effects appliques. So you can get those in the USA and Canada and Australia, New Zealand. It'll sit, all the glaze or the wax will sit into the grooves there. So I'll have a think about how I want to style that, how I want to do that. Just adding a little bit more texture here to the sides as this kind of is trying to dry. I'll be distressing. Oh look, we've got fingerprints on the side. Well, that's definitely texture, isn't it? So adding a little bit more paint and just dragging it. Because unlike when you don't want brush strokes, this is the kind of project that I would like to see some brush strokes so that I can add a bit of texture and see the wax or a decorative type of finish. You see that in the grooves and it will show up in those crevices. So that's basically what I wanted to show you today. Now, I will be getting ready for a live tomorrow over on the Essential Stencil page also, which I don't know if that's morning or, yeah, that'll be nighttime in the USA. It'll be morning here for us here in Australia. 11 a.m. for us if you're in Australia, Brisbane time. Over on Essential Stencils page, I'll be having some fun with their this stencil. Isn't that cute? Snowflakes, they've got Christmas tree pattern, and then there's another one with little tiny deer head. Let me see if I can show you that. Creating some wrapping paper fun. So I also posted in the link here, if you are in the USA, there's a Black Friday sale going on right now this week for Essential Stencil. I've got an early access code for you to get 30% off everything right there in the link that's in my comments. So don't miss out on that. There's lots of sales going on all over the place. So I did let you know that also in my newsletter. So if you don't subscribe to my newsletter, it's got all of the information in there. You can go to irestorestuff.com or just message me and say, Sharon, add me to your email list, and I will do that for you. You'll get a newsletter, and I'll send out my latest newsletter with all the Black Friday sales and deals that you can get. Whether you're in Australia, USA, there's something there for you. So, and there's my Amazon home shop, so you can go to that too. There's links in there for that. Alrighty, that's all for now. That's all I wanted to show you, a little bit at a time, and I'll tune in another time for another live, and we'll do another coat and embellish that with some, finish it off with some glaze or something fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.